On today's video, we're going to be covering how to set up the FMC to load in your flight plan and get you from point A to point B safely. Alright, so here we are in the cockpit of the 777. At this point, it's assumed that you have your battery on, as well as ground power or APU on, as well as your navigation systems on. Alright, so once all that's all set, first thing you're going to want to do is go to your built-in EFB, and you're going to want to go into electronic flight bag. Right here, assuming you've already made your flight plan with SimBrief, all you got to do is request data from SimBrief. So that's all we got to do in here for now. Now we're going to go into the FMC. Before we continue, I do want to reiterate that this series of tutorials are just quick tutorials just to get you into the air as quick as possible. By no means are these the real procedures you should be following, but they do get you up and going for your flight. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up here and click on that button that says FMC. You're going to be greeted with the ident page. Right here, you'll see basic information on your aircraft, what engines you're using, and the current air cycle that you are running. So after you're here, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Position Init. Once in the Position Init page, the next thing you're going to want to do is grab your GPS position by clicking on this side button right here. And you're going to want to put it into set inertial position. Now the plane knows exactly where it's at. The next step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to route request. And since we made our flight plan with SimBrief, all you got to do is click SimBrief. And as you can see, it's got us going from Gatwick to Birmingham. Once you click that, you're going to be sent to this page, and you're going to want to set your payload, set fuel, and select route. Once you do that, the system's going to go through a few things. It's going to be route requesting, which is exactly what you want to do, route request sent. Once you see that, you're going to be seeing another option that says load. Click on load, wait for everything to load into the system. And once that's all set, we'll be seeing another button down here that says activate. You see that? Click on activate and execute. Alright, so once that's executed, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to Performance Init. On this page, you'll see general information on the performance of the aircraft, such as weight, fuel, flight levels, and cost index that you'll be running on this current flight. So to get through this page, all you're going to want to do is double click on the zero fuel weight button. Click it once, click it twice. That'll insert all the information. And once that's done, all you're going to want to do is hit accept. Now we're ready to go into the thrust limit page. Once you're here on the thrust limit page, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go back to your EFB. You're going to want to go to the home button. You're going to want to go to performance, and you want to select which runway you are going to depart from. In our case, we're going to be departing from runway 08 right. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is import from aircraft. You're also going to want to import your weather and then hit calculate. As you can see, now we got all our information uploaded for us here on the EFB. So you can see that the EFB has calculated that we're going to be on full toga power for takeoff, and we're going to be at a cell temp of 60 degrees Celsius. So we can go back to our FMC and input that information. Alright, so here we are back at the FMC. like we said, we have 60 degrees cell temp. I'm going to type in 60, turn it into the cell temp. And we have a full toga power, so that's already selected for us. So the next thing we want to do is go to takeoff. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to insert our center of gravity percentage. So all we got to do is double click this button again. Now all we got to do is insert our takeoff flap setting and our takeoff gross weight. As for the flaps and takeoff gross weight, we can get that information from the EFB. So you can see here that we're going to be taking off flaps 5, and we have a weight of 561.6. So let's insert that into the FMC. So flaps 5, and then 561.6. And so if you noticed over here, I had a different value than what we were set off to take off from. The issue there was that my aircraft was set to kilograms. I've now switched it to pounds, and now all you have to do is insert that here and you're all set. So in order to get your V speeds to show up, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your departure. And we have said that we are taking off from runway 08 right. And as for our departure, we're going to be taking the Lambourne 1 Zulu departure. So in order to find that, all we got to do is hit next page. And here it is on top. We select that and execute. Once we have that all set, we're going to want to go back to init-ref. And as you can see, we now have our V speeds, and all you have to do is click 1, 2, and 3. And your V speeds are now inserted into your FMC. And in order to confirm that they are set, you can look onto your main screen and see up here that your V speeds are inserted. Now, one quick thing to mention, if you do change anything on your departure, your V speeds will be deleted, and all you have to do is go back to the takeoff reference page and click those 3 buttons again to reinsert your V speeds. One final thing you can do before taking off is set up your arrival. So in order to do that is go to departure and arrival again. You're going to want to hit index, and you're going to want to hit the second arrival, which is Birmingham for me. In your case, it might be some other airport. So once you're here, you're going to click on arrival, and we are set to arrive on the ILS 15, and we're going to be on the Hemi 1 Bravo arrival. Here it is, number 1, and just like the departure, you're going to want to hit execute. Now this is subject to change. If you have live ATC, they could put you on a different arrival or a different approach. Alright, so the next thing we're going to want to do is set up our control panel, our autopilot control panel up here, which we'll be doing in the next tutorial. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. As always, if you found this video entertaining or useful in any way, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to support the channel. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Happy flying. I'll see you in the next one.